She is a relatively newcomer within the Kenya music industry and is best known for her charting songs Maybe and Huru. She has been featured on 2 seasons of Coke Studio Africa as a background singer, at the same time pursuing her own career. Since graduating from Sauti Academy, Kay's career has been an upward trajectory. Her single Maybe was featured on the highly acclaimed international independent music platform Colors, making her one of the very few artists to do so in Kenya. I'll stop there and just give our audience members an opportunity to listen to you sharing your own story, of just your upbringing and how as an artist you've evolved and how people can connect with you. And I also just want to say before you respond to this that it's really lucky to see that the Northwest Folklife Festival, which is one of the biggest folklife festivals in this region, is also joining this conversation. We are joined by quite a number of people, and I just want the audiences to just type their cities where you are so that Wendy and I can engage with you knowing where you are joining us from. But now it's your turn, Wendy, to just share with us your story, just paint a picture of how Wendy K came to be.
Okay, my name is Wendy K, formerly known as Wendy Kemunto. I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, producer, and I just love art. I just love music, all sorts of music. I am a huge fan of music. So I started my music journey around 2013, and I joined a music school called Sauti Academy. So that's where I sort of learned, the development process, everything about music. And then after I finished school, everything, that's when now I started, getting into music full time.
Wow.
So I'd say I've been actively in music, releasing music from 2017. And I've been privileged enough, been blessed enough to, work with so many different artists from all over Africa, including some artists from the US through Coke Studio. So I've really experienced a lot in the industry, which has really taught me a lot. And I can say I'm still learning a day at a time. So yeah, I'm grateful for the journey so far.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to give a big shout out to Rayson Gathoni, who has joined this conversation. Rayson is such a warrior. Since we started talking about this Panga Bees after COVID-19 campaign, she has always been on all the Instagram conversations. She has just always been there, and I really appreciate her for that. How was the experience for you, working with Juma Tutu and all the artists who are going to be a part of Madaraka Virtual Festival on June 27th, who are based in Nairobi?
It was amazing. It was an honor. Juma Tutu is a legend. He is a legend in the country, and for him to reach out and tell me he wants to work with me, backed by an amazing band, I was really honored. I felt this is a huge, amazing opportunity that I can't, say no to. So it was a pleasure working with him. It was a pleasure interacting with the other artists. And even through this collaboration, I've gotten to make new networks, and also we're planning on doing something after this. So Madaraka Festival is an amazing, amazing festival that is still opening doors, even despite the current situation we're in. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Now, I grew up in Manyata slum, and one of the reasons we're having this call is to encourage all our viewers to check out the link on our page, on our Instagram page, that will take you to Facebook, where we are collecting funds for 500 women in 3 Kenyan slums that are really the last line of defense. When I was growing up in the slum, my mother was one of the women that sold stuff along the street. She sold maize, beans, skuma wiki, and what I'm learning since coronavirus started, these same women like her that are now selling, chapati and boga and things like that, they've been giving people debt, because many people cannot afford food because of jobs being lost and all, all this economical crisis that is being caused by the coronavirus pandemic. So what we are trying to do, which we are really privileged that you're joining forces with us to accomplish, is to raise $100 for each woman. And so far we've raised enough for 11 women. And between now and the end of this month, we want to raise, $100 for 487 women. I wanted you to just describe to me what is it that inspired you to be a part of such a move. Wamboy says she loves your afro, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Women, African women are powerful. I don't even have the words to describe how powerful African women are, because African women are resilient, so resilient. So even before the COVID, I know for a fact many women who have children, who are the sole providers in their households, they were still struggling to make ends meet. So even with this whole pandemic, things they're worse, honestly. And for me, personally, at times on the side, I normally teach some kids in Kibera, some music. So I had to stop all that as well, because even, for them, things got so bad. Children are being forced, you have to go home, but there's no food,
Right.
there's nothing at all. So it's so sad that we can watch, people suffer. And yes, we have little compared to them or compared to others, but I feel like I can do something with my platform. I can do something small, with my voice. And Madaraka Festival just came at the right time.
Right.
And I really wanted to be part of this, even to raise awareness, of things I've had,
Right.
And even if you're targeting 100 women, I can imagine there's so many other women.
That's true.
So many other, that are struggling. But, I believe even $50,000 would be a huge step to the few women who can get the funds.
Right.
So I can't imagine what some families are going through right now. I really can't. But for me, I just want to use my voice and my platform to make even one family, at least have something at the end of the day. So it's really sad. It's really sad, but we can only do what we can, for now. So this is I think what I can do for now.
Well, I just hope you're proud, because since we started pushing this from the time that we connected, we've raised enough to support 11 women, and 11 women getting $100 each, that's 10,000 Kenya shillings. You should really be proud that we are doing this together. And we are being joined by people like Rocky Dauni, people like Rayson Gathoni, and we are partnering with organizations like the Northwest Art Streaming Hub, that I would like actually, as many of the people who are watching this as possible, to look at the link in the comments. And you should submit your profile. I saw Jazz Odongo, another amazing producer from Kenya. Jazz, this is open to creatives like you as well. Check it out, create your profile there, and take advantage of the support that the Northwest Art Streaming Hub is giving artists here in the Pacific Northwest. But they never say no to any artist from anywhere in the world. I'm an advisory board member of the Northwest Art Streaming Hub, so definitely pushing for them, because they're also supporting, Madaraka Festival, One Vibe. And I encourage whoever is watching to check out the link on our bio. So now, I just wanted you to tell me what else is exciting for you when you looked at the lineup of, the artists we've collaborated with to do this, and also the program. Have you had a chance to check out the program?
I have, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Even I got into this festival without even knowing, which other artists would be part of it. And I can say this is my official first international concert.
That's so great. That's so
Yeah.
great.
So it's a huge honor for me. I've always wanted to perform in Madaraka Festival, but I'd say, you know, everything happens at its own time, and this is honestly a good time. Even the cause is, you know, so timely. So I am really privileged to share the platform with amazing artists all over Africa and beyond. Like, it's really amazing what the power of music, you know, what we can all do to come together and make a difference. So I'm really excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It looks like some of our viewers are your fans, and they're really vouching for you.
Yeah.
Feel free to just give a few of them shout outs before we continue with our conversation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still there, but I've seen
Yeah.
Mikey, I've seen Shan. I don't know if they're still there,
Yeah.
but stick around.
Okay.
Very interesting conversation.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, you know, I just wanted us to take a little bit of a dip into, you know, the current conversation that is going on globally about racial justice and, you know, Black Lives Matter. I wanted you to just share with me, when you received the news of Black men being killed in America, what is it that comes to your mind? From seeing it from Kenya, when you see it in the news there, what is it that pops in your mind?
It's sad. At first I didn't want to watch it because who wants to watch someone else being killed, you know?
Right.
But I got to a point, I watched it, and it was heartbreaking, honestly.
Right.
It was really painful, and it's sad that for someone has to die so that, you know, this whole movement came up.
Right.
You know, so many died before. So many Black women and Black men have died before, based on a few of the news stories that we hear from the States.
Right.
But you see, at the end of the day, they're still Black as us, you know. Some people say, you know, as Africa really, you know, relate to what's happening in the US, but we are. We are relating because racism comes in different forms,
Right.
you know. There is racism, here in another form it's called tribalism,
Right.
you know, colorism. So it's very different, very many different layers that we're all dealing with as African people, that we should all pay attention to, not only just the states, even here in our country, Kenya. There's so much happening that's been happening, that's been planted since the colonial times, you know. So I feel it's heartbreaking, yes, that all of this is happening, but it's an awakening. It's a good awakening, I believe. Like, for the first time all over the world, there have been many protests against how Black people are treated, how Black people are murdered, you know, systemic oppression in so many different ways. So as much as we still have a very long way to go, I feel like this is a beginning. You know? And one, I really believe, maybe not in my lifetime, but I believe one day we'll be able to achieve complete freedom in all facets for all Africans all over the world.
I believe that too.
So yeah.
I believe that too.
It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of it's a process, but I believe it's going to happen.
Right. You know, the reason I bring this up, even though what we're supposed to be focusing on is, you know, Madaraka Festival and Panga Bees after COVID-19, which we're going to come back to, but it's because the African American music community in Seattle contributed significantly to getting Madaraka Festival started. You know, I remember in 2014 when we started it here, you know, Madaraka Festival started here in Seattle. And, you know, people like Gabriel Theodros, who is you know, Ethiopian American, was there. People like the Physics, who are first generation African rap group, were also there, you know. And, you know, the list is long. You know, Yirim Sek, who is Senegalese American, was there. Drez, who is a Zimbabwean American, was there. You know, Maklemo and Ryan Lewis, who is you know, white American, was also there. So from the very first time that Madaraka Festival happened, it brought a huge community of artists, but primarily from the African American, population. So I see Amukasa is saying One Vibe and Madaraka Festival should go to Switzerland. We are coming there on June 27th online, so you should not miss it.
All over the
Yeah,
world.
it's global. I was really, I'll come back to, the beginning of Madaraka Festival and just center this part of the conversation there. But last night I was really moved when I saw the promo video that was made by Marga Mbade, who is from the African community in Spain, And by the way, do you hear me okay? I feel like I have feedback.
I can hear you
Oh, that's
perfectly well.
great. Well, as long as you hear me well, I'm happy. So Marga is from Barcelona, and she sent a promo video in Spanish, and I feel like I could understand everything, So she sent one in English and one in Spanish, and I was like, wow, this thing is really global, And you could feel like she was addressing the Spanish-speaking African people in Spain. And I also, have the privilege of seeing all the artists' performances before the public sees them, as the visionary behind One Vibe and Madaraka Festival, and just seeing the energy that Marga put into her performances. Even though I've never met her physically, I just felt like I was there in Barcelona myself,
Now I want to see
Yeah,
it.
you will see it. You will see it. And so, one, I just want to thank you for believing in me and him. And I just want you to share with me what your story of Madaraka Festival is. Like, before this year's Madaraka Festival, what did you know about Madaraka? And what can you tell our audiences about what you think Madaraka Festival is all about?
Well, Madaraka Festival, I think the first time I had it, I was in a certain school along Madaraka Estate.
Oh.
So the first time I had it, even before I online, wait, Madaraka Festival, and I live in Madaraka, and I don't know anything about Madaraka Festival. So I was but then I googled it, and I saw it's a global network. It's a global community of mostly African and African diaspora artists, and I was really impressed. I really wanted to join it. I really wanted to be part of it. So I think 2018, 2019, I applied, but I never got a response to perform.
That's my fault.
But I kept the faith. I kept the faith, and I really wanted to be part of it, because also my music is not for every audience. It's for a certain audience, and I felt like the Madaraka Festival vision, the Madaraka Festival vision, and everything that it aligned with resonated with me as an artist and and I felt like would really help each other if we were to team up. But I never gave up, and I'm really grateful that like I said, this opportunity came through working with Tutu, who is amazing. He taught me so much in that short time that we worked together. So I am so forever grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you. I just want to talk to our audiences a little bit, and I want to let you know that today I'm talking with my sister, Wendy K, who is a gifted artist with a beautiful voice from Nairobi, Kenya. And my name is Simon Okelo. I'm the founder and executive director of One Vibe Africa. And we are having a conversation about three things. We are talking about Madaraka Festival, which is happening on June 27th on One Vibe TV, which is on YouTube. We are talking about Panga Bees after COVID-19, which is a campaign we've been doing for about 2 weeks. Women. So if you're watching, check the link on our bio, and please donate and share that link with as many people as possible. And we're also talking about northwestartstream.org, Northwest Art Streaming Hub. This is a platform that is free. It's for artists, arts organizations, especially here in the Pacific 500 women get the support they need. Here in the Pacific Northwest, the reaction was to create this website that would allow artists to still make some money, even though the venues have been closed, even though there are no concerts. So if you're an artist, you could do a performance from your home, and then the Northwest Art Streaming Hub would really stream it to all the platforms for you, would help you get that done. So, you know, resources like that are always hard to come by. So when I was invited to be an advisory board member, I jumped in because I always want to represent Africa. I always want to represent Kenya at any boards and opportunities that I have. So I'm currently pitching that if you are listening to this conversation, check out Northwest Art Streaming Hub, and you will thank me later. I also just want to, you know, thank everybody that is on this conversation. I see DJ Toshu is also one of the performing DJs from Madaraka Festival, has just joined us from Kisumu. And, you know, just type the name of your city, where you're joining us from, so that we know who we are engaged with. We are just going towards the end of our conversation. And right now, I just wanted to deepen our conversation a little bit around Pangabees after COVID-19. You know, it's really hard to ask for help sometimes. And so, you know, it's easy to be transactional because we are all trained to just transact with people. But I feel like coronavirus and the current anti-racism campaign is forcing us to really ask for help, you know. And so when I started going out to all the artists and all the partners and the sponsors, asking them to join us and ensure that we get help for these 500 women, it was really challenging. And I know that there are very limited opportunities for even artists like you right now. What is it that made you feel like, okay, Simon, I'll help you even though I don't know you, I don't know One Vibe. I know Madaraka Festival, but why is it that you feel like people who are watching should give and support? And why is it that you're behind this fully like this?
Well, the main reason I got into this, you know, during this time was this could be me, you know. This could be me tomorrow, just because I'm privileged enough to have a shelter, to have a few basic needs here and there. It could all change. It could be me, you know. I'd want also someone who is able to help me out however they can. So for me, and also knowing that I'm a musician, and yes, things are a bit tricky for a lot of musicians. I think every musician actually. But the thing is, I still have a platform, you know. So the question, what am I doing with my platform? Am I using it to help someone else, or am I just thinking about myself and my music? So for me, I decided, you know, let me give back in whatever way I can, and this is the way that I thought would make sense. And also because, you know, God gives and God takes. So God blessed me with this talent, and I felt like, of course, He would want me to do this, you know. So for me, it's also God who gave me this opportunity, and I don't take it for granted at all. So I really want, you know, whoever is watching out there, whoever is listening to us, any amount counts. Any single amount counts. If it's 10 shillings, 10 Kenyan shillings, if it's $20, if it's just anything, it will surely help. And if you feel like maybe you don't have the capacity to remove anything from your pocket, I feel if you even share about this, I believe it will really help. It will really, really help. So for other, you know, amazing artists from other countries deciding to help, you know, this amazing Kenyan women, that says a lot. That really says a lot. It's such an honor. It's such a joy to see that, you know, we can decide to come back as a community, despite the distance, despite the different cultures. So I feel like everyone has a role to play. at the end of the day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, just share with our viewers how they can connect with you, you know, how they can follow your music, where they can, you know, stay in touch with you.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram at Wendy K, Wendy WENDYKAY. You can also find me on all platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, Wendy K.
Thank you so much. Now, again,
Thank you.
Of course. We are winding up in just 2 minutes, but I want to let everybody that was watching this to know that, you know, today we were having a conversation with Wendy K, who is a talented musician and leader and mover and shaker. You know, there's a lot that you've done that is much more impactful and than music. That one day we will have a conversation about your other decisions that you've made in your life and things you've done that I won't talk about today, that I really respect you for. And I just want you to know that, you know, when you sleep, just know that there are so many other people who are proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Now, if you're watching this, please check the link on our bio and go to Facebook and look for Panga Bees after COVID-19. That is also the hashtag. Panga Bees after COVID-19 is a Swahili phrase. So Panga means, you know, plan or arrange. And then bees is just, you know, business. So Panga Bees after COVID-19 is like arrange business, do business after COVID-19. And this is a campaign that we are doing with over 30 artists from over 6 countries. Thank you, Emmanuel Okelo, for joining us, and Chris Barr. We're just winding up, and I'm just summarizing everything we've been talking about. So we talked about Madaraka Festival on June 27th on One Vibe's YouTube channel. That is One Vibe TV. We talked about Panga Bees after COVID-19. It's a campaign that you can access through the link on our bio. And then we talked about the Northwest Art Streaming Hub. We've pinned the link to that website here because if you're an artist, if you know an arts organization, let them check it out and create a profile that will help get their content aggregated and seen by so many people. And I just want to thank Anyiko Woko for also joining us for this conversation. But, you know, just share with us your last few words before we finish today's conversation, Wendy.
My last few words are, we are all going through a very strange time, honestly, for lack of a better word. We're all, you know, trying to figure out the next move. Some of us have lost jobs, some of us have lost, you know, different incomes, but I believe there's always hope at the end of it all. There's something to look forward to. So let's keep up the positive energy. Let's appreciate what we have. And if you can help someone who doesn't have, kindly help that person next to you. It will make a whole difference. Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate you taking, you know, your time on a Saturday evening to have this conversation with me. So you have a wonderful night.